Sorry for the delay. A subscriber recently asked me what I think about Novo Nordisk. I took the time to study this company since, to be honest, I am not a big fan of pharmaceutical in general, and I will explain why later in this video. Everyone knows Novo Nordisk. It's the fifth biggest market cap in Europe, and it's one of the biggest pharmaceutical company in the world. But first, what is Novo Nordisk? As I already mentioned, Novo Nordisk is a global pharmaceutical company operating through segments: diabetes and obesity care and rare disease. Diabetes and obesity care is by far the biggest segment. The company has gone viral lately as an investment case thanks to their new drug, Ozempic for diabetes treatment and Wegovy for weight loss. Both of them have driven a massive increase in revenues on the past years, especially 26% in revenue growth for 2024. Financially, Novo Nordisk seems really strong. According to StockQuest AI, it scores an average of 9 out of 10, thanks to its impressive growth, high margins, strong balance sheet, and capital allocation. For example, its current growth is 25%, and its current operating cash flow margin is around 39%. Looking at Q2 2025, we can see that Novo Nordisk relies heavily on the US market because it represents more than 50% of their revenues. Moreover, the growth is even higher in this area, meaning that their dependence will be even higher. However, if we look at prescriptions, growth in new prescriptions has slowed. At the same time, Eli's competing product, tirzepatide, is gaining market share, with more new prescriptions being written. This suggests their products may be more effective, cheaper, or preferred because it's an American company, which is a concern for Novo Nordisk future growth and margins. Right now, Novo Nordisk still holds 71% of GLP-1 market, but this share is trending down. Eli's with around 25% is trending up. It's also worth noting that their products don't compete. Wegovy is for weight loss, Ozempic is for diabetes of type 2, and Rybelsus too, but it's taken in a different form. Meanwhile, dulaglutide and tirzepatide are Eli's drugs. Another point to mention is that Wegovy has been linked to controversies and lawsuits, with critics arguing that their products may have more side effects than competitors. Some studies suggest that Eli's drugs are more effective, though many of them have been founded by Eli himself. This highlights a bigger challenge for pharmaceuticals. They are not easy to analyze. A new competitor can launch a better product or a cheaper product, or a company can face lawsuits or scandals which may impact the business, margins, and revenues, even if the claims turn out to be false. As risk and uncertainties, we have already discussed a lot about that, but we just talked about lawsuits and the competition with LLDs. I would like to add the political pressure because Trump asked Big Pharma to reduce their price. Moreover, they plan to increase tariffs on European pharmaceutical products, which will impact Novo Nordisk. Finally, let's talk about valuation. As we can see, the current stock price is between DCF taking into account the growth and DCF without growth. Then it means that the stock price is near what it should be. I would like to point out that in the hypothesis to compute the DCF value in purple, taking into account the growth, we took to 19%. The current growth rate is near 25%, which is then higher than taken in our hypothesis, which is a good sign. However, as we have discussed in this video, the growth is currently trending down. Moreover, the operating cash flow margin taken to compute DCF value is 42%. However, as we have discussed in this video, the current operating cash flow margin is 39%, which is then lower. In conclusion, I would estimate a fair price between 38 and 85 euros and less than 85. The current stock price is 53 euros. Then we can say that the stock price seems to be a bit undervalued, but not as much as some investors may think, especially given the pressure on growth and margins.